instead.
Many say Manny Pacquiao has to knock out or stop Jeff Horn in order to still be the way he's considered elite.
Are you okay, Manny? He got so schooled. Put Manny Pacquiao to sleep. Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. One hit from this guy could knock anybody into tomorrow. Mayweather needs to avoid him like the plague. He is too small for this guy. Stay the hell away from him.
Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G. They're bringing boxing back. Everything else is just, it's a show.
It's the fight that everybody wanted. We're delivering it.
Conor McGregor will not land a single punch against Floyd Mayweather. Not one punch.
Facts are facts. When I hit, they fall.
Oh, my God. The first punch he threw.
I'm not playing here.
No fighter in history has beat more champions than I beat. Bring him over to the boxing world, and I'll show him what it's like.
Hello and welcome. Show tonight. Stephen A., you have a convo with Manny Pacquiao and the undefeated light heavyweight champion Andre Ward will also be joining us here.
I heard he's looking for me.
He said this morning on the show he has a lot to say to you. A lot.
I'm not scared of you, Andre. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm here. I'm here.
Well, maybe you wouldn't have been scared before the Kovalev fight, but he's knocking people out now.
Well, I ain't getting in the ring with him. We talking.
By the way, free agency kicks off at midnight tonight. I mean, it kind of already kicked off, but we got a lot to break down with the latest and greatest there. But we start with the main event tomorrow night, 9 Eastern on ESPN, and you just saw the weigh-in. Manny Pacquiao puts his WBO welterweight title belt on the line against Jeff Horn. And Pacquiao's trainer, Freddie Roach, he says that he should retire.
Presidential candidate Mitt Romney, who was aghast with his mouth wide open for crying out loud. Now we've got a different problem because you're Manny Pacquiao. You do not need to be getting knocked out and put to sleep by Joe Horn. Jeff Horn. I keep saying Joe. Jeff Horn.
Or Joe Horn, actually.
No. I'm going to respect the Australian.
Joe Horn would be even worse.
I'm going to respect the Australian, but the bottom line is that Manny Pacquiao is supposed to be on a different level. He's supposed to be in a different class. He has not knocked anybody out since 2009 when he TKO'd Miguel Cotto after knocking out Ricky Hatton. But in the end, what it comes down to is this: he could have a very dominating performance, and Jeff Horn may be game max. Still see him having some semblance of power. Now, he didn't knock folks out, but what he's done in terms of knocking down Algieri, what he did in terms of outboxing Timothy Bradley,
beat Vargas,
and beat Vargas as well, handily. I had to cover that fight. This is all I'm saying.
Let me ask something else you covered.
I'm not going to say, go ahead, sure.
I'll compare it.
Okay.
Michael Jordan came back with the Wizards, averaged 20 points a game.
Right.
In his final season, he was better than most NBA players. Should he have come back with the Wizards? That's not Michael Jordan. And even though this is some approximation of Pacquiao, he's still really good. This ain't Manny Pacquiao.
And he's still a legend.
Bad example, last point. would you say the same thing about Michael Jordan had he been wearing a Bulls uniform at the time? See,
yes.
I would not.
That wasn't Michael Jordan. Don't leave him with that image of you.
Okay. All right.
The image we're going to see tomorrow is Manny Pacquiao in that ring. The Battle of Brisbane. He's defending his WBO welterweight title against Jeff Horn. It will be Mayweather's first fight since 2015, and this will be McGregor's first professional fight as a boxer. So no surprise, Floyd is the heavy favorite. So, Max, is this fight good for boxing?
No, it's terrible for boxing. It's good for the UFC. It's good for fans. I mean, we're all going to get a show. But it's not good for boxing. And by the way, Floyd's not nearly heavy a favorite enough. Like, if you can get 5 or 7 to 1 odds, you know, Floyd being the favorite, that is extreme value on Floyd. This is something like 100 to 1 shot. It's really an infinity to 1 shot. Like, Conor McGregor has no chance I don't think he lands a punch, let alone comes close to winning a round, let alone comes close to winning the fight. He doesn't have a chance. It's bad for boxing, Stephen A., because there's going to be this event, summer, slow time, a lot of time to promote the event. Right before the end of the summer, you get the big event everyone's waiting for, and what they're that. And people are going to throw up their hands and say, once again, just like Mayweather and Pacquiao, I spent all this money, I finally got the event I wanted, and I'm disappointed. This is a tremendous spectacle, but people need to know that that's what they're getting. They're getting spectacle. They're not getting athletic competition. This is not a sporting event in the sense that it's a competition, because McGregor will not be competitive at any moment in the fight.
I think this has the potential to be very, very good for boxing. And do you know why? For all the reasons that you just pointed out. And here's what I'm thinking. Mayweather dominates. Conor McGregor can't land a punch. Everybody's thinking that Mayweather is going to be credited for being 50-0. And then we're going to sit up there and say, pause. Oh, hell no. We ain't interested in seeing no 50 on your record, not over fighting some dude that has never boxed in his life professionally until he went up against you, the best, or arguably the best ever in some people's eyes. We don't want to hear that. So all of a sudden, the Terrence Crawfords, the Errol Spence Jr.'s, the Canelo Alvarez Triple G winner. The list goes on and on. Potential 9-figure paydays. Manny Pacquiao, assuming he shows up tomorrow night live on ESPN and wreaks havoc. If that kind of stuff happens and you juxtapose that with Floyd Money Mayweather completely dominating, making it a laughingstock of an exhibition that we anticipate and expect it to be, then suddenly he has returned out of retirement. If you can return out of retirement to fight if you can return out of retirement to fight a Conor McGregor, if you could go into retirement fighting an Andre Berto, damn it, this is the same kind of stuff we were talking about before you fought Manny Pacquiao. Come on back, fight somebody real.
That's a fight everyone's clamoring for, huh? Mayweather, Pacquiao, too, which will also be bad for boxing.
It depends on what you believe. Because if you believe that Manny Pacquiao only landed 18% of his punches, that he missed about 300 shots, why? Because his shoulder was hurt, when I believe it was hurt from missing all of those damn shots, okay? Which I have teased Manny Pacquiao about to his face, by the way. Let's be clear about something. There are people out there. They don't want to pay $100. They don't want to pay $79. They don't want to pay $59. They don't want to pay $49. But to see Floyd against Pacquiao, they will at least watch.
The rematch will do big business, because if it does half the business of the first fight, it still does over 2 million pay-per-views.
There we go.
That's a monster event. But like the first Pacquiao fight, like this McGregor fight, people will leave feeling burnt, feeling that they got ripped off, feeling as though this is boxing again.
Not if Pacquiao knocked him out, which would never happen.
See, we're already talking about the next fight.
That a little bit later.
Point. We're already talking about the next. Weigh in on the Twitter poll question. Who wins, Floyd Mayweather or Conor McGregor? You guys disagree that it's good for boxing, but you definitely agree that Floyd's going to handle business. All right, 32 have tried and 32 have failed. Undefeated light heavyweight champion Andre Ward will join us and tell us if he gives Conor McGregor any chance. But coming up next, Houston no longer has a problem. With the addition of Chris Paul, how big a threat are they to the Warriors now? We dig into the NBA wheelings and dealings as we count down to the opening of free agency.
These days, anyone can have a side hustle. Driving with Uber lets you go from earning
To working.